right now, they're shifting more right-wing. This is a fact. This is a fact. Most, if not all, corporations are shifting to the right. They're shifting their their vibe, you know. Less woke. Okay, like the message is clear. Less woke. Less of it. So this is just stupid. This is dumb. Like what corporation is behind me, bro? Look, I'm a performative liberal male. Where's my corporation? Where is the corporation behind me? Where are they?
Profiles trying to attack him.
Bezos?
So at the end of the day,
Jeffrey?
The beta male simp is just a lesson in male psychology. Beta male political simps represents what happens when a man has no mission, they have no connection to the heritage or people that he should be proud of, and they have no faith in his own inherent strengths.
No faith.
The beta male political simps is a man without a tribe. So he latches on to the most powerful tribe that will have him, the globalist juicebox boys, even if that tribe demands that he hates himself. The beta male political simp will trade the difficult and often painful but ultimately fulfilling path of building genuine competence.
The libs are Jews. That's what they are. This is literally, I want to remind everyone. Okay, I know I say this all the time, but just hear me say it again. This is what the Nazis said. Here we go. Okay, look, we're gonna start this is gonna be a new J-Star catchphrase. Okay, this is what the Nazis said. The Nazis said this. They said the Jews got the liberals. They're like this, okay? The Jews have the liberals, and they're mind controlling them, and they're transing our kids, and they're opening the floodgates for the brown people to come in and kill everyone. Like, this is just this is classic Nazi shit, okay? This is classic Jewish cabal conspiracy Nazi shit. That's it. Alright, so this video is called Beta Male Political Simps in Analysis. And we are now live on YouTube. YouTube is now working. For some reason it didn't start. It's a mystery. This shit it doesn't work sometimes, the multi-streaming.
Back to JimmyTalks.
Anyway,
let's talk about the beta male simp and how they're used as a political weapon. Alright, let's hear it. You will always see these people online. You don't really see them too much in person, because if you did see them in person, they'd probably just get made fun of and nobody takes them serious. But anyways, they have a profile picture that's really carefully curated. It's kind of like a thoughtful expression, or maybe just like a soy face that they don't even realize is a soy face. Usually the bio of whatever profile this may be, YouTube, Instagram, X, whatever. It's usually got pronouns in it, maybe a link to a social justice cause website or whatever. They might have a quote from some kind of thinker that's deemed as progressive and smart, even though they're totally wrong about everything. They were the first people to post the black square during the whole BLM stuff. They're the first ones that will correct someone's terminology, like, hey, that's actually kind of harmful and toxic, buddy. Usually they're an aggressive defender of whatever the current moral panic happens to be. These people will also lecture you about something called unconscious bias or whatever. They'll talk about feminist theory that demonizes traditional masculinity that they have no part of. And ultimately, they celebrate a culture change that has nothing to do with their own life. And
do conservatives not do some of these things as well? Like, making statements about other people's biases? Like, that's just... I don't know. Like, he's doing this thing where you attribute something to a particular group of people when it applies to most humans. Okay, most people. And I think that I'm guilty of doing this too, somewhat, because I think it's a thing that all people do. But it's still worth pointing out, of course, fucking conservatives do that shit too. Okay, of course they do. Also, conservatives do, their own version of woke scolding as well. Okay, there's a certain level of permissible language among conservatives, and you know this. Okay, there are language police, and you got the top Israel guys are Republicans, bro. Come on. Come on, man, you're a groiper, you know this.
Modern beta male simp. These people are not just annoying presences.
Do you really think that... I don't know. I don't know, like, cause who's the biggest Israel supporter? Who's the most like impactful Israel supporter on the left? In America. Not that I'd be talking about anywhere else, of course, but like I'm literally thinking right now. I guess like Jake Tapper is the biggest platform. Okay. I don't know, like I'm just saying, man, like Republicans, they love Israel, they police language, okay, that's all.
Internet, they are actually a
and in more instances than just
enforcer for a system that holds him in absolute contempt, which is quite funny. Now, moving on from a generalized description so that you know who I'm talking about, the word simp. Let's talk about that real quick, because the word has evolved. It used to be a guy who wasted his money on a girl who wasn't interested on him or whatever. The modern political simp is the same creature. They're just scaled upwards. Now these evolutionized simps, they're not just simping for one woman anymore, although they still do that. They're now simping for the whole entire system. These simps will offer their unwavering loyalty, his little intellectual energy, and their eagerness to attack others, all in the desperate, unspoken hope that the system, like the media, the corporate elites, and even the education system, which is where a lot of these people are bred, will notice him. Like, notice me, senpai, please. Notice me, daddy. And then they will finally grant him the validation and status that the simp craves. The simp is performing a mating ritual for a system that has no capacity for love or...
This is so fucking gross, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think I've said this about JimmyTalks before, but this is giving off, like, Ben Shapiro. This is giving off, like, actually, like, it's just kind of weird, man. Like, okay, you're the intellectual giant of conservative YouTube. Let's go, man. I would debate you, JimmyTalks.
Why does a man choose this path? Now, it almost always starts with a deep sense of inadequacy and a failed attempt to find his place in the natural male hierarchy. This is a very common pattern here. These simps are often a guy who was not successful in traditional male spheres. He wasn't an athlete. He wasn't the guy who was good with his hands and who could fix things, or who had the natural confidence to lead a group or even have a good amount of friends. He might have been a book-smart kind of guy, but just a little bit socially awkward. Like, the old path to respect between men was competence, strength, courage, providing, but all that stuff feels closed off to the political beta male simp. The simp couldn't get these kinds of successes, so they think that this created a vacuum for them. This beta male political simp, he wants to be significant and respected and to feel like he matters. But how, if he can't do everything that I just listed? This is where the ideology of wokeness and cultural Marxism offers itself as a brilliant, albeit demonic, solution to the problem that this beta male political simp has. This new system actually creates a new hierarchy, because he couldn't climb the old one, so now he's just climbing the new one. So in this new hierarchy ladder, status isn't earned by building something, protecting someone, or achieving something, like we just said, the old qualifiers. Status to them now is earned by displaying your good boy virtue points. For this new virtue point style, the more you loudly denounce the right, air quotes, right enemies, like your own culture, your own people, and your own biological instincts, and instead you platform everybody else, which is the air quotes right victims, which is every group except for your own, of course, the more social credit you accumulate. For the beta male simp who failed...
Yeah, so I get team sports, okay, politics, team sports, I get that. It sucks, okay, I hate it that this is what politics is, okay, in this country, anyway. And, I mean, in many other places all around the world. It's us versus them, it's our side versus the other side. I wish it wasn't like this, and that's why I want to talk to you guys. That's why I watch your content. Okay, I still think you're a fucking fascist, white supremacist. Okay, I still think you're a fucking authoritarian, fascist, supporting white supremacist. But I'm an American. I believe in open dialogue. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Okay. I think that conservatives also treat this shit like team sports. I mean, you're literally this whole video is about how lib cucks are super beta and they're omega males. Okay, they're like genetic trash. They could not climb the hierarchy. Motherfucker, why did you start making videos? Was it because you were so successful climbing the corporate ladder or whatever? You were just so successful in life, you decided to start a YouTube channel about how society sucks and how you wanted to like go back to tradition. Really? Yeah, you were so happy with your life. Okay, but the reason I'm saying this is because just a second ago he was talking about how like the liberal beta male will virtue signal online to attract women or whatever. It's fucking stupid, dude. Like this video is a nothing burger. Okay, this sucks. This content sucks. It's difficult for me to engage with because it's just like what would you say, low IQ?
In the real world, this is a godsend.
Low IQ bullshit.
The beta male political sim might not be able to build a shed, but he can write a 20-tweet thread on why a cartoon.
I'll have you know, I can build a shed. Okay, I can in fact build a shed. I may be a leftist, okay, but my hands, they have been rough before, okay. For those of you that don't know, J-Star is a carpenter. Okay, that's right. I'm a fucking carpenter. I took classes, went to carpentry school. Okay, I'm not kidding. It was a guy. His name's Hank. He had like a lot of tools. Okay, he had enough tools for all of us. And there was like 5 of us. And this guy just like taught us how to build walls and shit. It was crazy. Anyway, I've kind of forgotten kind of most of it. Okay, I helped my dad build a shed. It was a pretty good shed. I don't know if it's still standing, but it definitely is, probably, unless they tore it down, because it survived like I think like 4 hurricanes. Pretty sure. Pretty gnarly ones too. Okay, these are some. these weren't any sort of like bitch hurricanes. Yo, I just realized I don't have chat open. Hey, my bad. But yeah, it's building a shed isn't that hard. The difficult part is the foundation. Okay, that's kind of the part that went over my head. Okay, don't get me wrong. Like I can understand it. It's not that complicated. But, it's just like a lot of steps and shit. It's annoying. But luckily, I didn't do it alone.
Or a video game is problematic. Not be able to lead a team.
I don't know why, but my headphones just turned off.
But he can lead a cancel culture mob against someone who told a joke. These beta male political sims can finally feel superior to the traditional man, the working man, or the father who spends his...
Look, I've never led a woke mob. Damn, I want to lead a woke mob to cancel someone. Shit. Damn, he got me. Yo, I'm sorry, guys. I'm lying. Okay, I just led a woke mob to cancel someone. My bad. Fuck. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop. I gotta stop leading the woke mob and canceling.
Spends his time providing for his family instead of posting
the superior alpha man
on X all day long. The simp trades the difficult, uncertain path of real-world competence for the cheap, instant high of being morally virtuous in their own backwards world. They then suddenly become a star student in a school that teaches men to hate themselves. This is very obvious in their relationship to women and feminism. These people become...
This feels personal. This feels like a person, he didn't do well in school. Okay, there were like liberals at his school, and they had like half a brain. That's why they were libbed up. And so they probably did all right until they got out of high school. Okay, then it gets kind of hard. Look, I went to university. It's no joke. Well, I mean, it depends on what you do, and what you study. But I'm not saying anything. Okay, I'm not about to diss anyone's major. you can fucking major in underwater basket weaving for all
the
I
most
care.
aggressive white knights you've ever seen in your life. They will defend every single facet of modern feminism, no matter how anti-male, with a ferocity that seems bizarre until you understand the transaction that he thinks he's making. So,
yeah, man, that's what feminism's all about. It's all about stomping on men's penises and calling them evil, chauvinist, misogynist. Yeah, man. Yeah, feminism, it's anti-men. It is. I would love to have a conversation with this person. And I know, like, I never will, probably, most likely. I mean, hey, Jimmy, Jimmy, my boy, if you're watching this, let's do it, bro. Let's make some content. Okay, but obviously, like, I'm punching up here. You know, that's what I try to do, so... Jimmy's too much of a pussy. Even if he does see this, he's not gonna
subconscious level, the beta male
anything.
political simps believes this is the cheat code to female approval, and it's not. But he's been told that women want a sensitive man or an ally. He thinks that by performing this role perfectly, like by attacking toxic men and loudly proclaiming his support for the feminist cause, he will.
So I really don't like this. I really don't like, because like this is no one. This is no one. There are no men like this. Okay, and men that are like this, if they are real, okay, maybe. If they are real, then they're equally as misogynistic as most other men. Okay, I don't know. Maybe not most other men. Maybe actually significantly more. Like if there are guys that act all lived up to like chase tail like that, that's not gonna work. First of all, it's not gonna work. Second of all, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like because Jimmy is right, but also like I think most men are aware of this. Like, I don't know. Politics it helps you to a certain extent, but like there's a point where like when you become too extreme, even when you're a leftist, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot as far as dating goes. Like me personally, I'm an annoying liberal. Okay, I don't think that I'm undateable. I've dated people. And I've held down long-term relationships, and even when I was an annoying liberal, I did that. Okay, still. Okay, and when I was an annoying conservative as well, there was only like a brief period where I was like, apolitical or whatever. I was like, I don't really want to engage with politics. So I've always been like this. What my point is, it doesn't make you completely undateable. But if you're a very far right person, you're gonna have a tough time dating. And if you're a far left person, you're also gonna have a little more difficult time. Maybe not quite as much as these losers. Okay, like come on, man. But fucking white supremacist, like. Hitler had some good points. Those kinds of guys, like, they're completely unfuckable. You're probably stinky and smelly, and just like nobody wants to fuck you either. Okay, yeah. No woman wants to fuck the weird liberal that you made up in your head either. But like nobody wants to fuck you. So, oh well. I guess we're even then.
Will finally be seen as one of the good ones, one of the good boys. These people are performing a play for an audience of women that he's even too intimidated to approach honestly. He doesn't realize that this behavior is the ultimate turnoff to them. Female attraction on a biological level is not triggered by being a simp and by being weak. It is actually by strength, confidence, and purpose.
Yes. That is true. Women are attracted to confidence, just like men are. Men are also attracted to confidence. Okay? People are attracted to other people that are self-assured, that are like secure in their beliefs. You know, I think people are also attracted to like open-mindedness and you know, like hearing others out in their beliefs when they disagree with you. That is also a virtue. But women, they like men that are confident. Yeah, of course. And that's the main thing, okay? There's also the, of course, your physique. Okay, obviously, women are attracted to, I think he said stronger men. Yeah, he said a couple of other things, okay? But, like, women are attracted to men who work out at the gym regularly. And this isn't all women, but, you know, everybody has their own preferences, but generally, this is just like normal, okay? And if you are a man and you go to the gym, then you can easily be a 7 out of 10, okay? Easily. It's not even that hard, okay? People have come into my chat before, and they've said that I'm weak, okay? They've said that they could beat me up. And my only response to that is that it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter if you can beat me up, because in America we have guns. Okay, if you beat me up, then I'm just gonna blast you. Okay, I'm just gonna blast you until you're probably dead, or at least until you stop moving. Okay, so and that's not like to scare anyone. Like you just, well, maybe it is to like scare people a little bit. You should understand that if you're in America and you attack someone, there is a very decent chance that they will kill you. Okay, so you should never ever do that. Okay, and that's the thing about America. You know, we have guns everywhere. Okay, it's gun heaven. Let's go. So, you know, don't do that. You may be stronger than me. You may be bigger than me. You can tell me all day online that you could beat me up. I say, so what if you can? Okay, there's a lot of people that can beat me up. Fucking Mike Tyson is like, you know, 70 years old or whatever. He could probably kick my ass, okay? Because he's like the champ or something. I don't know. I'm not like big into that sport, but. Or like really any of those sports, boxing, kickboxing, MMA. I don't you know. So they're cool sports, okay? It's not for me. But anyway, fuck, what were we even talking about? Hold on.
I realize that this behavior is the ultimate turnoff to them. Female attraction on a biological level is not triggered by being a simp and by being weak. It is actually by strength, confidence, and purpose. Women are...
wait. Oh, man. I thought that the key to being attractive to women was being a simp and being weak. Oh, man. Oh, this guy's really, like... He's really just laying it all out for us. Thank you, bro. Thank you. You know, before this, I was a beta male simp, lib cuck. Now I'm alpha male, ironic chud, jack, pilled. Yeah.
Actually
that's
propelled
what I am.
Very thoroughly by a man who seeks permission to exist. His frantic simping is a giant billboard that advertises his own inadequacy, and it guarantees the romantic rejection that he's actually scared of and trying to avoid. This rejection then leads to more simping, and it creates a feedback loop.
Yeah, man. You know what just screams simp? Advocating for radical wealth redistribution. Yeah, that is, you're so right, bro. That is so soy-pilled. But you know what's based, though? Blaming all of society's problems on brown people and trans people. Oh, yeah, that's so masculine and alpha. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you really got it, bro.
Pushes
you got
the
it.
simp further and deeper into the political ideology, which is cultural Marxism that he follows. And when he notices he still can't get a woman, he will reason with himself, and he'll be like, I just need to be a better, more pure ally. never, ever should I do anything that the toxic man does. But they don't understand that the problem is actually the performative shit that he's doing. It's the performance itself.
Yeah, no, man. What you're doing is performative. And what I'm doing is performative. This thing that we're doing here, making YouTube videos, is literally performative. Like you are doing this right now. You are doing the thing. You are a performing male. Hold on, let's run that.
He'll be like,
hold on, let's listen to that
feedback loop of desperation that pushes the simp further and deeper into the political ideology, which is cultural Marxism that he follows. And when he notices he still can't get a woman, he will reason with himself, and he'll be like, I just need to be a better, more pure ally. Never, ever should I do anything that the toxic man does. But they don't
yeah, we just, look, you're right about that. Like, we
understand that the problem is actually the performative shit that he's doing.
No. You see, it's a good idea to not be like the toxic man, because I think that's what you're saying right now. Like you're kind of labeling yourself as the toxic man, okay, the Andrew Tate approach. And the reason I don't want to be like you isn't just because you're a toxic man and that's it. Like you're like misogynistic or whatever. It's because you're a fucking dipshit and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like, if I were you, I would be extremely embarrassed. And you probably are routinely in your career here because, I don't know, you're really not very good at this, okay? You're not a great speaker either. Okay, I know I'm not, but fuck, you're like reading off of a script, dude. Your gameplay isn't that good either. What's your KD?
It's the performance itself. Now, beyond
you can tell me
the failed strategy of trying to get women, let's move past that. The simp serves as actually a pretty useful political function to the machine. He is the perfect foot soldier for this globalist, cultural, Marxist, juice box ideology. The people at the very top, like the billionaires and politicians, yada yada.
Juice box it for I'm not even.
Who push this ideology? They can't be everyone. They are just one person after all. They can't personally police every single conversation and shame everyone who's a dissenting voice or enforce every new linguistic rule. So they created a system that incentivizes the political beta male simp to do it for them. And for free. It's just like the Jannies. Jannies do it for free. But anyways, the simp becomes the neighborhood watch for the political elite. He is the hall monitor who reports you to HR for an air quote microaggression. He is the one who screenshots your old social media post. Hey guys, did you see what he said? They are the anonymous accounts that try to get you deplatformed. They are the ones who polices their own side. That in a way that the enemy never could, because his entire sense, again, of self-worth is now tied to his loyalty to the system. The political beta male simp is providing his value by being its most enthusiastic and vicious informant. He's like the Stasi. He is the embodiment of the line. The revolution will be led by the privileged children of the bourgeois. They just sound like a robot, but in this case, it's actually the spiritually bankrupt sons of the middle class. Now, at the end of the day, what makes this really tragic,
No. Those are called class traders. Okay, people of, higher... And there are class traders. These people do exist. Okay, not really in the upper echelons of society, at least not that I can tell. I don't think, but yeah, that's true. But the middle class is shrinking. Okay, this is a fact. Look around you, man. Oh, I hate this talk of fucking failing middle class. They become liberals. Well, failing middle class people become Nazis too. Okay, they do. This is because movement up and down the social ladder, right? The capitalism hierarchy. When you move through tax brackets very quickly, you're primed for radicalization. Okay, do you understand when you go from being middle class, like you were saying, to poor, like you were saying, failing middle class, that is a radicalizing moment. So a lot of people that experience that in 2008 went on to become Nazis. They went on to become communists. This society has radicalized us. And the difference between radicals on the Nazi side and the communist side is just who we blame. Okay, people on the left, they blame the rich, the mega rich, the billionaires. And you guys blame, moral failures of swaths of people, foreigners, and abortion, and fucking lack of Christianity in schools, or whatever. And it's none of that, man. It's none of that. The government is secular. It was supposed to be. Yes, it was designed to benefit Christian white men at the beginning, of course. But, and yeah, the founding fathers they identified as Christian, they were heretics. But, this country, clearly there is a separation of church and state enshrined in our, documents in the Constitution. Anyway,
because I still have empathy, and unlike them, they like to say that they have empathy, but they don't. Really, the tragedy here, though, is that the system he worships sees him as utterly disposable. People who have a soul are able to see this kind of stuff, but apparently they can't. So the feminist movement that he holds so near and dear that never works for him holds a foundational contempt for him because he's a man. He is not an exception. He's just a useful tool to be used until he's no longer needed. The corporations that change their logos to rainbows for a month view him as a statistic, and he's an evil, white, straight male, if he even is straight. And he's a consumer that needs to be manipulated. Hey, buy my product because you're loyal to me because I say the right things. Now buy my stuff. They would cut him loose without a second thought if it benefited the stock price. He is welcomed into the movement, not as
no shit. Okay, yeah, corporate pride is stupid. So what? Yeah, big whoop. Yeah, companies wouldn't be doing corporate pride if people were not accepting of gay people, if that were not the popular sentiment. Did you know that? Yeah, we know that. Okay, it's
brother
true.
or a leader, but as a
wow.
These beta male political simps are just puppets who genuinely believes he's pulling the strings. He does not understand that in the eyes of the elites,
stupid, you're falling for it. Libs are falling for it.
He's just another tool in their game to dismantle traditional structures and create a passive, rootless, easily managed population. You can spot this psychological profile very easily. He is almost always chronically online because at the beginning of the video, like I said, the virtual world is the only place where his retarded behavior is rewarded. The real world of face-to-face interactions where strength and character matter is actually hostile territory for the beta male political simp. His language is a dead giveaway that he is not somebody to be taken seriously. They will speak in these kind of words that are extremely overly academic. They're full of Redditor words like lived experience, harm, and systems of power. This is just a defensive mechanism for these losers. It's a way of signaling in-group membership and avoiding the vulnerability of plain, direct speech.
Okay, you literally do this. You literally do this. Do you listen to yourself? Look, I sped him up. Okay, to be fair, I did speed him up. So he does sound a bit more like Ben Shapiro, I think, because of that. Okay, but still, you do this too, okay? You use big word, I use big word. Here's the thing, man. I went to school, and I went to a school that the teachers were not overworked, and they were probably, I mean, I can only speculate, but they were decently paid. But the point, the main thing is that they had a lot less work to do. They had less kids, smaller classroom sizes. I was very fortunate, very, very fortunate. And I was awarded lots of attention by my teachers because of this. That's why I talk the way I do, okay? It's true. It's like I always say, I have an expansive vocabulary. And that doesn't mean I'm smart, okay? I'm not a very smart person. I'm a fucking dumbass, okay? I'm a stupid person. I am, okay? But people, there are people in my life that, of course my friends and family, but also fucking strangers that I meet that, when I say stuff like that, I'm a dumb guy, they're like, oh no, you're like really really smart, man. Like you, and they tell me this very genuinely. Believe it or not, my haters. Okay, believe it or not, this has happened multiple times, and I always tell them, you know, I sound like a smart person to, you know, most people that I meet. I sound like a fairly intelligent person, maybe not like genius level, okay, but this is an illusion. Okay, this is because of the school that I went to, the attention that I got. Okay, my teachers cared about my outcome, my performance.
Which will piss people off, but it requires confidence and conviction. He is profoundly risk adverse as well. He would never bet his own money on a business, and he might not even start a business on his...
Yeah, most businesses fail, and it's like a big hassle. Okay, I get why people don't want to start businesses. Also, like, when I say that businesses fail, I just like... I don't know how to explain this to people. Imagine the Titanic. Imagine you're on the Titanic. Okay. There are lifeboats, but there aren't enough for everyone. Now, anybody can get on the lifeboat, but not everybody's going to get on the lifeboat. Okay, some people are going to die. And you know who gets on the lifeboat first? It's rich people. Okay, and this is how businesses work. This is how businesses work, man. When you are a business owner, your goal is to eventually sell out. Okay, if you're a small business owner, you eventually sell out to a bigger company. That's how it works. Okay, big fish take little fish. So, you kind of always fail unless you sell, you know, into retirement, basically. Or like you make a huge, you know, you make a lot of money off of selling it. You recoup your investment many times over. But anyway, this is not the reality for most people. Most people will have to go back to being an employee. And that's like... that's how the system has to function. That's how it has to work. Like, not everybody can do it. Okay, so it's a valid choice to choose not to like go through all the trouble. And in fact, it makes it easier for business owners to like lack of competition. Makes it easier for business owners that already own capital to succeed. But anyway, I feel like I'm getting a little off topic.
They won't take a stand that might actually cost him his job, and he definitely won't to physically defend his community. His air quote courage.
Also, liberals, they aren't really risk averse. I wouldn't say that. Liberals gamble. Okay, they straight up gamble. Gambling is fun, okay? It is. I'm sorry. I'm not advocating for it. It's a terrible thing. It's a vice. Okay, don't do it. It's just like smoking, drinking. Not good for you. Don't do it. It can ruin your life. You know, it can cost you everything. And not just your money, but your relationships, your loved ones. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that, okay? Now, me personally, I've never really gambled, okay? Not for real. I mean, I did buy some TF2 crates a while back, okay? I didn't buy that many. I bought like 10. Okay, whatever, my bad. Oops. Anyway, let's
purely just theatrical, performative male bullshit, and it's only displayed when he has the full weight of a digital mob and corporate media backing him. He is a coward. Also, he's a bully, but only when he's part of a pack, and only when the pack is online, and only when his target is an individual who can't necessarily fight back against 50 different...
Yeah, they're pussies in real life. Yeah. All right, let's go, bro. Let's meet in real life. I'm just kidding. I really don't want to meet you in real life. My nostrils would burn. And I don't want to feel that. But all jokes aside, I think this is stupid. Like, who is this for? Who are you even talking to? I feel like you are fighting shadow demons right now, bro. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but corporations, they don't just stay woke forever. Okay, no, it's like people say, you know, the pendulum swings. Okay, corporations, they tend to lag behind popular sentiment. Okay, right now they're shifting more right wing. This is a fact. Most, if not all, corporations are shifting to the right. They're shifting their their vibe. You know, less woke. Okay, like the message is clear. Less woke. Less of it. So this is just stupid. This is dumb. What corporation is behind me, bro? Look, I'm a performative liberal male. Where's my corporation? What is the corporation behind me? Where are they?
Profiles trying to attack him.
Bezos?
So at the end of the day,
Jeffrey?
The beta male simp is just a lesson in male psychology. Beta male political simps represents what happens when a man has no mission, they have no connection to the heritage or people that he should be proud of, and they have no faith in his own inherent strengths.
No faith.
The beta male political simps is a man without a tribe. He latches on to the most powerful tribe that will have him, the globalist juicebox boys, even if that tribe demands that he hates himself. The beta male political simp will trade the difficult and often painful but ultimately fulfilling path of building genuine competence.
The libs are Jews. That's what they are. This is literally, I want to remind everyone. Okay, I know I say this all the time, but just hear me say it again. This is what the Nazis said. Here we go. Okay, look, we're gonna start, like, this is gonna be a new J-Star catchphrase. Okay, this is what the Nazis said. The Nazis said this. They said the Jews got the liberals. They're like this. Okay, the Jews have the liberals, and they're mind controlling them, and they're transing our kids, and they're opening the floodgates for the brown people to come in and kill everyone. Like, this is classic Nazi shit, okay? This is classic Jewish cabal conspiracy Nazi shit. That's it. Right,
and earning real respect instead for the hollow, empty euphoria of social media likes and the empty praise of a system that actually despises him. He is just
I hate the system, bro. I hate the system. You hate the system. I hate the system. I feel like you're a little bit behind. Okay, this whole, like, wokeness, the government is woke, society is woke thing. this is so, like at least a year ago. At least. Come on, man. We're trad and based now. We're back, baby. This is the America comeback. Okay.
Officially not there. And he's voluntarily guarding the gates of evil harem for the very rulers who laugh at his weakness. He is not the primary enemy. He is just a symptom of all this shit that we're dealing with. The beta male political simp's frantic, loyal barking is the sound of a civilization that has turned its men against themselves. And his sad existence is a warning of what happens when a society forgets what it means to build strong, independent, and honorable men. All right, guys, that's all for me today. God bless you and your families. America only. JimmyTalks out.
Thanks, Jimmy. See you next time, man. All right. Anyway, god damn, I'm tired.